I'm Brian, and you're watching Road and Tracked, formerly New Car Spin, here on YouTube. Or, as I should call it, Road and Truck, because this here is the new Toyota Tacoma. Now, my first pickup truck ever in my life, I was 19, and I had a Toyota pickup, and it had the manual transmission, leaf springs in the back, and a 4-cylinder engine. It was the 22RE. And I kind of feel, well, it was also a single cab. This is not the crew cab that this is, but I feel like I'm like back in time here. That was a 1992 pickup, and this is a 2024 TRD Sport. So it has rails in the truck bed. It has LED lighting. You can see here, soft opening tailgate, some tie down points. It's not as Spartan as the truck I used to have. Tailgate's super light, very easy to close. It's got a backup camera. If I lock the vehicle, it locks the truck bed as well. I don't know why I can't talk today. This is also TRD Sport, so it's going to have a higher ride height, updated suspension from the bone stock version. And what I want to do is pop the hood, because I know you all see Tacoma videos these days. I'm more interested in actually seeing what the difference is. I'm not really here to give you a full review. I want to see what this is for myself. All right, hood prop, not a big deal. Wow. That is a lot of stuff on there. Mostly for emissions, which is hilarious. There is a turbo here. We do have a lot going on. I could see the mass airflow sensor. I could see coil packs. I mean, everything is pretty much easily accessible. Not bad. The ECU, fuse box, battery. It's all here, all very convenient. What I want to do is check it out on the inside, because I know not a lot of you like my reviews, but when I did review the Tacoma TRD Pro I always said that the headroom really sucked in that Tacoma. And so we need to find out if they fixed it with this new one, because they've had a lot of time to get it right. And you may not have noticed, I actually preferred the Frontier to the Tacoma because of just the like world, how would you say, like the truck is made for the rest of the world, whereas the Tacoma felt like it was just made to be a lower roof line. And like basically the old Tacoma, I'll tell you this, they watered it down from what it used to be as a small pickup. They watered it down so it'd be more fuel efficient. They made it smaller so it would take up less air and have less drag and blah, blah, blah. But the new one is more of a truck now. It actually feels more like what they're, I mean, it looks good. Looks good. What I'm trying to say is, even though it says TRD, it's not the TRD Pro. I'm trying to say they've improved it to the point where I better like it more than a Frontier, right? So here we have storage in the doors. I'd say that's more storage than you get in the Tundra or the Sequoia, because they only had like a little sliver down there and a little foam piece for some reason to hold the bottles in. What else do we have? A lot of blanks here, so either that's good or bad, but you can definitely add your light switches and stuff if you're one of those overlanders. Inside, I love the blue trim, and switching to this, I can't really get in easily because the door opening, even though this is high up off the ground, I still have to kind of crouch in, and where the seat is, I have to like crawl in head first. It's kind of weird. But once I'm in, I actually have headroom. So I always said in the TRD Pro, like, why does it not have enough headroom? Because if I'm like jostling around and going off road and bouncing up and down, I don't want to hit my head on anything. It seems like here they've made, yeah, look, So I'm not hitting the roof anymore, which is good. I feel a lot better in here now. However, looking around here, it looks like this is the Tacoma they should have been making all along. What I immediately noticed, and I don't know why I'm pulling this up, is like if you had something in your hand, like, I don't know, you could jump in your truck and you're like, I'm going to start my truck. Because of where they put this start button and there's so little room right in here, you have to put everything down in order to start the truck. You can't just like hold your phone and hit that button. You know, you got to like set stuff down and then start it. Turn the steering wheel the right way here. So this is a rental, actually. My buddy Yale, who you've seen do other Toyota reviews, he's the resident Toyota fanboy here on this channel, rented this from Avis, I think. It has 910 miles on it. And we are here in Texas. So I want to just drive it real quick. The cabin feels much more, I don't know, it feels weird. Like the older Tacoma felt like things made sense. Now I feel like I'm searching for stuff. Like, where's the button to open the rear window? Does the rear window? There is no sliding rear window. There's no sunroof. So even though this is kind of like a stripped down version, we do have options. Drive modes, which I think is useless, and auto parking brake, which is okay. More button blanks, but we have auto stop start. We have dual cell phone charging. We have USB-C here. Auto climate control. I'm going to turn the fan down so you can hear me better here. And an obvious LCD gauge cluster. And all these controls on the steering wheel. So my question is, you know, is this better than the Frontier? I'm talking about drive quality. I'm not talking about like the interior, the way it looks, or the way it costs and depreciation, blah blah blah. I'm just saying, like, as a pickup, is this like still a small Toyota pickup, or is this kind of a disaster? Today we are at Love Airport. You know, if you fly Southwest, you come here a lot. I don't know what's all the Corvettes and backed up cars. I don't know, but we're gonna get out of here, hit the road, and then we're gonna see what it's like. Because one thing I noticed right off the bat, which is really weird for me, is like a turbo whistle. This thing is a turbo, and I feel like it's kind of unusual. Like, the 4-cylinder I had felt very raw, very powerful. Turning circle is good. I'm not even, you know, pushing it hard. I'm just trying to just pick up here in traffic. Kind of get this open gap here. Blind spot monitoring. So it does ride well, but see the smaller pickup, like what I remember a Toyota pickup being, is that that to me seems like, I don't know why I would compare it to something like that, but it just seems like that's what a small Toyota pickup should be like. Just something very convenient to just go around town. There's another one, but that's a newer one. Anyway, you see what I'm saying, is like they've updated it. It's bigger. It's definitely turbocharged, so it feels smoother. The power delivery is a lot different from what you're going to be used to. The cabin is very Toyota-like, so it's quiet. I can't really tell you about wind noise with you know, the window seals and anything, but interior-wise, could I see myself owning this thing for 10 years and not caring? Or could I see myself turning this into like my office, you know, because a lot of truck people are going to be working out of their truck, going from job site to job site, or spending time, you know, doing what they do. Let's see, I'm just trying to drive here. Go ahead. That's good. Anyway. Yeah. So what we have here is a pickup truck that doesn't ride as heavy feeling I can tell you right now, as that Frontier. The Nissan Frontier still feels just a little bigger. I don't know. I wouldn't even complain about like an inch, but I would still complain about it that the Frontier feels heavier, feels solid. And I think Tacoma, this new one, has learned from its mistakes of the past. And I don't know if I could live with this turbo though. There seems to be some lag here. Let's see if we can go over this rough road. Yeah, it skips a little bit. And that could be the fresh tires with only 900 miles on them. Let's pull in here real quick. So what I'm saying here is I'm glad they updated the Tacoma. It's about frickin' time. And what I would say is it's amazing, because if I was to get this truck from Toyota, if they were to lend this truck to me and I'd have it for a week, I'd end up being a truck buddy. Meaning that someone would be like, oh, I need to borrow your truck, I need to do this, I need to do that. But because it's been rented, nope, sorry, can't use it for that. You can't drive it, blah, 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 blah. But I do notice something too, is like when I roll up to a parking spot and stop the vehicle, even in drive, the engine shuts off, and then I move it into park and the engine turns back on. I take my seatbelt off and then I turn the engine off again. So stop start to me, I think, is going to be like just so annoying in this truck. And obviously we have headlight level. I think 0 is standard. As you add weight in the truck bed goes lower, and then you have to adjust the headlights to aim them down. I mean, it's got some modern amenities to it, which is new for a Tacoma. I just feel like if this thing and that grab handle doesn't look like much, I guess it's kind of a weird handle. I don't know. I'm not one who likes a loaded Tacoma. I would think like a bone stock one's the way to go, but I just look at this thing and I don't know. Would I have it over a Frontier if the price was right? And also, the first thing I checked, it's probably the first thing you guys will all check, is on the Tundra, the body, the truck bed is composite. And I'm like, oh, is that? And then I look over here and I'm like, no, that's a spot weld right there. So this is still metal, and it's not all composite, except for the lining part of it. So the liner, if you could look in there, looks like it's a liner, but it's actually, see if I get my focus right, it's actually the truck bed. So this piece here looks like it's the outer shell, is the body piece. I don't know what you would call it. And the inside is the actual bed. So, okay, and that's a lip. So this piece here is your entire truck bed bolted into the frame. Yeah, I mean, if this is cheaper than a Frontier, I would say yes. But if the Frontier is cheaper than this, I don't know. But, I mean, Tacoma's got good resale value for sure. I don't know. I'm kind of tossed between a Frontier and a Tacoma. They seem to be very competitive. Oh, look, there's another USB port here. Very interesting. I'm noticing stuff here as I continuously look at it. There's a little hook here for your handbag or an umbrella, maybe. And the headrests are pretty firm. They don't necessarily hit my head at the right point. See the back seat. There's not any room back here. Yeah, no room. So let's pull this up. Yep, we got storage. I don't know whose jacket that is. There's stuff you can probably modify this with. Yep, get your rifle back there. Your rifle coffee, that is. And there it is, the Tacoma. It's a Tacoma. You either want one or you don't. I don't think it's anything that what do I want to say? I mean, you can get in, you can get out, you could slam the door, shut the door, whatever. You could start it, get in, get out. I think the annoying part here is the seatbelt, because the seatbelt literally is buried down in there. It would be nice if it was higher up. Throw it in reverse. We get a backup camera. What I'm trying to do here is just document what it's like to have when it's brand new. What is it like? So that a couple years from now, when you're all looking at either buying a new one, which, let's just face it, 15 years from now will probably still be the same truck as this one today, or whether you're buying a used one and you want to know what it was like when they were relatively new, I'm just showing what it's like. I think the speaker grill design is fugly, and it's going to be a gigantic pain when you start doing a lot of off-roading. That, if you get dirt in that, you get dirt here, it's never going to come out. It's never going to look clean. I don't know, maybe I'm just nitpicking. But, you know, when you start living with it, you start realizing what you have to look at every single day and pay attention to, so that you don't, I don't know, fall out of love with it. Seems like there's storage. We got storage here. We got stuff going on. And the connected drive experience for me, I don't really care. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, all that stuff, it's lipstick on the pig. That's a distraction from what's actually going on over here. What you should be paying attention to here is how it feels in the steering department, and also in the braking department. It's very good, actually. It just doesn't feel as heavy as the Frontier. And I'm going to keep comparing it to the Frontier because there is some competition here. It's not like, oh, the Tacoma, it's in a class of its own. It's not. And I think the one thing that might be holding it back is the turbo lag. Because I'm used to the V6, and I do like that one. Let's see what else. What else can I talk about? The blue trim is cool, but I'm already kind of getting tired of it. It's just it's very bright. I don't know about it. So there you go, the Tacoma. I mean, everything is plastic in here. Nothing is metal. There's no metal in this thing at all. What are your thoughts on that? Leave a comment below. Do you think you want the first year Tacoma, or would you wait? They don't really change these things very much, as you know. You know, they kind of just keep building them the way they are. So is this, are you convinced? Are you convinced you want the new Tacoma? I mean, yeah, there's some features in here. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, blah, blah, blah. I just think compared to the last gen, which had everything kind of laid out here, and obviously we don't have 4Low in here. We just have different drive modes. If I turn this, like the Tundra or the Sequoia, we have our different drive modes. But do you need stop-start in your 4-cylinder, in your 4-banger Tacoma? Do you need turbo whistle? Two right lanes closed. That's kind of weird. Let's get over here where it's really rough and see how it handles this stuff. I mean, yeah, it feels good, but it doesn't feel any abnormal to what it normally feels like on the road. So it always feels this bumpy. It always feels this way. It's definitely dampening the rebound. And that rattle is from these cables. It's not body panel rattle. I don't hear the bed rattling, right? And with this hood designed the way it is, it's trying to make this truck look big from the driver's perspective. The auto climate control is nice to have. And now you're like, oh, Brian, you're going back and forth. Do you love it or do you hate it? And I would say, you know what? Get the trim that you like the best. This one here, spec'd out this way, is actually really nice. If you're gonna go off-roading and stuff, you definitely want to get the higher, the lift kit basically. Let's see how it takes this. Holy smokes, this is funky. Yeah, it doesn't make any drama out of this nasty lane in this road, which is the roads aren't the best here. Anyway, there you go. The Tacoma. It definitely has some pickup and it definitely moves, but I'm missing this raw power feeling that I would expect in a truck, especially a Tacoma. Like, they were never really made to be sporty trucks. So that's just it. I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's a Tacoma. Doesn't need to be anything special because it's not special right now. And is that okay for you? Like, that's what I'm trying to say is, do you mind that it's not perfect? And when I say not perfect, I still don't know what that is yet. I really don't know what to say makes it imperfect. I just feel like there's something here that I'm missing, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Let me park here for a second so I have some space. Do one more walk around. So watch, I stop, engine shuts off. I put it in park, engine turns right back on. And the parking brake is set, obviously. And yeah, you could disable that here, but I'm pretty sure it's every time you get in and out. Let's try it. Open the door, shut it off, turn it on. Yep, it's off. So if I press this button again, there you go. So it doesn't retain the memory. Vehicle will turn off. Okay. So we have a slot here for your junk. We got plenty of stuff for your things, you know, pens and notepads and whatever. I still think it's hard to get in and out of here. The roof is higher up. That's a good improvement. There really wasn't much else to improve upon. And then otherwise, it's that big air dam down below, which I'm assuming you'd all want to take off. Just take that stupid thing off. They do that for fuel efficiency, by the way. It's obviously not for ground clearance. But if you take that stupid thing off, your truck, you'd have a decent truck. You really would. It is a decent truck. But is it $50,000 plus decent? Tell me. Let me know what you think. Because that's the problem. That's the problem I have. This is the price. I mean, the seat material as well. Look at this. Look at this quality right here. What is this? I don't even know what that's supposed to do. There we go. This weird texture on here. All right. That's it. Thanks for watching. Sorry if this is a waste of your time. I'm still just trying to discover this whole thing and figure it out. I mean, I don't know why it doesn't have a proper grab handle up there. I don't know why, you know, it needs to be so bright. I don't know why it needs to be all plastic at this price range. But that's just what we get. I'm sure someone will come out with a kit that makes this look better. I'm sure you'll take that air dam off. The one thing is, like, I'm sure you could buy new speaker grills that look better than that, so that when you are off-roading and your windows are down and the dirt flies through here, it's easier to clean. Like, why does that speaker grill not match that one? And I know they make a detachable wireless speaker thing on certain trim models and options and stuff, so it's like, I'm just looking at this truck for what it is. Yep. All right, I'm sure you hate this video. Give it a thumbs up anyway. All right, like, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching.